Hello and welcome to the Masterclass where you're going to learn how to go from zero to sales. I hope you warmed up your brains and prepared your paper and pen so you can take some notes. Because if you are just learning all of this information and you're not writing it down, you are not going to implement that in the future. And really, knowledge is only potential power, just like Napoleon Hill said in his book, Think and Grow Rich. Go ahead and read that if you haven't yet. He says it becomes power only when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. That kind of sounded complicated, so let's kind of reword this from lyrics from my favorite song that I've been listening to on repeat to motivate me in my business. And hear what the lyric says. It says, ideas can only burn you if you always keep them locked up inside. So be sure to take notes so later on you can take all of this knowledge and implement it in your own business. Okay, now let's talk about what you're going to learn today. In this masterclass, you're going to learn how to grow highly engaged followers from day one. And I'm talking about not just 2 or 3 followers every day. I'm talking about 50 to 100 followers every single day who are interested in what it is that you're talking about on your page. You're going to learn how to get clients chasing you instead of them, right? We're not going to learn how to cold DM people. We're going to learn how to attract people so that people would come to you. And we're going to learn how to convert through our content because your content, your reels, and your stories, it's the machine that's bringing traffic to your page and bringing traffic to your business. And then we're going to learn how to make seamless sales on repeat. And I'm talking about authentic sales where you don't sound pushy, you don't sound sleazy, and you're actually serving people so that one person can buy from you multiple times and stay in your sales funnel. So, who am I to teach you all of this? Like, what kind of credibility do I have in order to teach you that? Well, let me tell you a little bit about my story and how I started this. So, I was struggling for months on my old account. I was kind of learning everything backwards. And even though I was seeing some sales, I was seeing some success, I was not growing my page. And so, I wasn't getting that consistent traffic into my business. And therefore, my sales slowed down. I got discouraged and I actually quit for 3 months and I wasn't doing digital marketing at all. Then I worked on myself, kind of put myself back together and decided to come back. And I thought, okay, let me figure out one thing. How do I use all of my skills and then bring more traffic to my page? And that's when I learned how to train my algorithm in order to bring more traffic, in order to get Instagram to work to my benefit, right? So that all of my efforts with sales and marketing and branding are efficient, right? And I'm actually getting results. So when I learned how to train the algorithm, I thought, okay, like let me learn how to consistently make sales and how to attract people consistently. And so I bought a course that actually taught the same exact stuff that I already knew. So that's when I realized that I had my own strategy. I just needed that one missing piece on how to train the algorithm so that the Instagram would push my content, would push my value to the people who actually want to see it. And so that's when I realized that I had a strategy and it worked. And this is what happened after I put all of my strategy together. I started getting daily leads, and I'm talking about dozens of leads every single day. People are commenting on my reels. Like, this is mind blowing to me. I could not figure out how to get people to comment on my reels or how to download my freebie on my old page. And I didn't know how to get people to actually follow me from my reels. But now there are hundreds of people following me from my reels, downloading my freebies, and actually buying the offers that they're interested in. One thing that happened to me is my reels went viral. And when people started coming to me and asking me, well, how do you do this? Like, I have the same exact course. Like, how are you going viral? How are you getting leads consistently? And really, I could not point them to one course because it was just so many strategies patched together that I came up with myself that I really couldn't. Like, I just couldn't do that to people and just sell them whatever random product that I had. I was honest about it and I said, this is actually my own strategy and I don't have a course that teaches you all of that. And this is exactly why I came up with this masterclass, and I opened my own beta community to create a course that is coming soon, and we will talk more about it later. And my beta community actually um, filled the spots in just a couple of days, and people are getting results from the strategy. So let me tell you what the strategy is, and it's really really simple, because I'm a mom of two. I'm already overstimulated. I'm already overthinking everything in life, and so I really just needed a simple strategy. So this is what the strategy actually is. The strategy is called a social sales funnel. So because we're on social media, we're social beings, we need to really consider all of these three things. You cannot sell without growing. You cannot um, sell without connecting, and you cannot connect if you're not growing, right? So this is why it's a three-step funnel. First, it's grow, and then it's connect, and then it's sell. So let's kind of look more in depth on what each of this is, right? How do we grow? This cannot be skipped, and this is exactly why I had to learn how the algorithm works, because I was doing everything backwards. I was doing connection first, and then I was doing branding, and I was trying to do sales, but I was not growing. So this is really the first step that you cannot skip. So, how do you actually grow on Instagram, and how do you grow your business? You need two things that are playing together simultaneously. You cannot just do algorithm by itself, and you cannot just do branding by itself, because people that are buying the course that is teaching them the algorithm are still struggling because they don't understand the next missing part that they need in order to grow their page and grow their business, and that's unique branding. When I started, I was really focused on branding, but I did not understand the algorithm. And so really it has to be together. So the algorithm, why is it so important? You got to train the algorithm from day one to tell Instagram exactly who you are and what your account is about. Because then, whatever content you post, Instagram is going to push it in the right direction. Because no matter how valuable your content is, if the wrong audience sees that, it's really not going to help you, and you're going to get low engagement, and therefore you're not going to see growth. Another thing is branding, right? This is the second part of growth. You want to stand out from the crowd, right? Once Instagram pushes you in the right direction, there's still a lot of people doing the same exact thing that you do, whether you're a photographer or a digital marketer or whatever that is that you do. There are so many other people in your niche, in your industry, and you want to stand out. And this is where unique branding comes in. Branding is basically what people remember you by, right? So we really got to nail that down. You got to identify your business's values and personality that you want your brand to reflect. All right, now that we learned how to grow, let's learn how we're going to connect with people, because again, we are in social media, and human beings are social beings. Even if you're an introvert, you still need that social connection in order to understand where are you placed in the society, right? So connection is really really important, especially on social media. So how do we actually connect with people as a business and as a human being, right? Because we, again, it's all playing together, guys. This is one streamlined process. You cannot be authentic, just authentic, without having authority, because people are not going to trust you with their money. They're not going to trust you that they can learn something from you, right? So you really have to have authority, and you still need to have that human connection with authenticity. So how do we establish authority? That's when we position ourselves as a leader in the industry. And your authority comes through the posture of being a leader, and it's also reflected in your messaging, right? And this is where you convert your audience and move them down the funnel, right? So first they are your viewer, then they follow you, then they become your lead, and then they become your buyer. And sometimes it can go from viewer to buyer right away. And this is when our messaging is really, really important. Okay, authenticity. Authenticity also comes from your messaging. And this is when you share your stories, when you connect with people on a personal level. A lot of times, salespeople say, well, logic sells. Like, who cares about who you are? Who cares about what you do, right? Like, nobody cares about your story. But actually, this is not true, especially when you're a beginner in this industry on social media and you want people to trust you, they want to see that you're a real human being and they want to connect on an emotional level. So you want to spark emotions, you want to be relatable, and you want to be a human. And this also comes from the type of content that you post and the messaging that you have in your content. All right, so the next and super fun step is sales, right? This is the bottom of the funnel. This is the last step. So, how do we actually sell? A lot of people are struggling with this. And really, if you don't have the first two layers figured out, it's going to be really hard to sell for you, right? So, be sure to remember to grow first, then connect, and then move on to sales. Okay, so how do we sell? In order to sell, we really need to understand three things, especially in the Instagram marketing industry, right? Like, even if you're in a different niche, again, like if you're a photographer, if you're a mom selling recipes or anything like that, you are going to offer your services and you're going to offer your products. So, we really do need to understand these three things. First, it's buyer psychology. What drives somebody to buy, right? As somebody who sells something, your job is to mitigate that risk, because really when somebody buys something, they're risking their hard-earned money and they're trusting you with that, right? It's like marrying somebody. That's how serious it is for them. So you need to understand what drives them. You need to understand the buyer psychology and what it is that attracts them and entices them to actually take that action. And that comes through a sales ladder. I started this niche, I started this job, right? This business from digital marketing MRR industry. And it's just such an unsustainable sales system and sales model, because you get a $500 product and everybody says you just sell that one product over and over again and you make $10,000. Well, this is really hard to do, especially as a beginner. And actually, big salespeople that are making millions of dollars, they are all utilizing a sales ladder, where you have multiple offers. You have your freebies, your free products and free services that you offer, and then it's also like another funnel, right? And then you move them down to a taster. A taster is basically like a low ticket product or a mid ticket product where you provide enough value for them to want more. And this is what's happening to me right now. And this is what's going to happen to you once you start applying this strategy. And then there's your main offer. So, for example, if you are actually selling a $500 course, or you're selling coaching for $1,000 or more, right? It's a higher ticket product. You want to move them down your funnel, and that's when they're going to purchase your um, high ticket product, when you're just a beginner, when you're just starting. And then once you earn more credibility, then people are just going to buy your main offer anyways, right? But we got to start um, at the top. We got to start with the freebies, move down to a taster, and then move down to a main offer. Then another thing that a lot of beginners struggle with, they say, I don't want to sound pushy, I don't want to sound salesy or sleazy, but I don't know how to do that. And this is where DM etiquette comes in, right? When somebody DMs us interested in our product, they become our lead. And um, what a lot of beginners do is they say, well, I have this course, it's amazing. So here's the link, like, go buy it, right? People are not going to buy that that product from the link, because there's no relationship established. So what you want to do is you want to act like a doctor who cares about your client. And you really want to first find out what are their symptoms, right? Like, what are their problems? What are they struggling with? What is their goal? Because depending on that, that's when you're going to prescribe a solution for them. And when I say prescribe solution, I don't mean send them the course. I mean, help them out, give them value. Again, this is your free value. This is where your freebie comes in. And when they get enough value from you and they start seeing results from that, and they see that you're coming from a place of serving them and being authentic, not just trying to get a quick buck out of them, that's when they're going to trust you. And that's when they're going to decide that they want to buy. And that's when this very important step comes in, and that's urgency. That's why a lot of people do sales. That's why a lot of people do promos, or they do like limited time promotions and stuff like that. And that's really a human psychology, right? we are naturally procrastinators. We want to do things on Monday, we want to do things in January, we want to do things next year, we want to do things tomorrow, and we end up never doing that. So this is actually helping them and motivating them to take the action when they have already decided that that's what they want to do. You're kind of just giving them that last push. So guys, this is a three-step, super simple system that I'm teaching my students, and they are actually seeing results. And there's actually a bonus that I want to teach you. So when you run a business and when you start growing rapidly like this, you need to have systems in place. Systems that will make your funnel run effortlessly on auto, right? And this is what happened to me one time when my reel started getting a lot of keywords commented. I did not have my ManyChat set up, and ManyChat is an auto DM system where somebody comments and that system replies and sends them information automatically. I did not have that set up, and I was actually running errands with my kids, and I was responding to everybody manually, and it was so much work. So that's why it is so important to have your systems automated. And especially if you're busy, if you're working a 9 to 5 job, or you're a mom, or really you're doing other stuff, you want to make this business be effortless and really be efficient and effective and get as like more results with the least effort, right? More results with the least effort. So spend 15 minutes creating content for a month. Guys, it took me 15 minutes to record enough B-roll videos, and I am still using that. If you go to my Instagram, you will see I'm at a salon. This is where I used to work, and I would just after work, I would like take 15 minutes and record those videos, and I would use them over and over again because people really don't go back to your reels and see if you use the same exact video, right? People don't care about that. As long as it's a captivating video, it grabs attention, that's all that matters. Then you post maximum 2 reels a day. And there's really only two content pillars that you need to apply, and that's educational and storytelling. And a lot of courses they teach you like 5 content pillars. And as a mom who already has to juggle so much stuff in my brain, I think, okay, like, well, if I'm gonna post only 2 reels a day, which one of those 5 content pillars am I gonna use? And this is really like taking the energy out of the things that you should be putting your energy towards to. That's why you want to focus only on 2 of those content pillars and post 2 reels a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. That's it. That's simple. And this is really going to help you grow. Then you also want to use ChatGPT as an assistant to organize your creative flow. Don't use ChatGPT to actually write your captions because you're not going to sound authentic. You're going to sound like a robot, right? You just want to use it as an assistant. So whenever you have a creative idea, you go to ChatGPT and you say, hey, I have this idea. You type it out, you give ChatGPT details, and you ask ChatGPT to organize it. Whether you're going to create a freebie or you're going to create a caption, anything like that, just use ChatGPT to help you organize your thoughts. Um, have hooks and captions ready every time you post. There is a very simple hooks formula that you use every single time, and that's going to ensure that you are reaching non-followers with that hook formula, which is write it down because this is not on the screen. It's the base, which is the topic of your hook, then it's something personal like a story, and then it's like controversy or curiosity that makes people want to read the rest of your caption. That's the hooks, that's the text hook that's on the screen on the video. And then there's also captions. Captions is where you're going to connect with people on a deeper level, and you're actually going to provide value, which is going to entice them to check out your page, to follow you, to save this, to share it with whoever would be interested in that. Then the next step is auto DM and email marketing that does the conversion for you. I will be honest with you, I'm not really strong on email marketing, just because, my DMs do all the work for me. But this is really something that you don't have to overthink, because email marketing is just repurposing your content in your reels and in your stories, and just copying basically and rewriting it for the email format so that you don't have to put more effort into this. Now you might be thinking, well, Sasha, you're just so creative and cool. I'm not like you. I don't think I'm going to get the same results. Just kidding. You're probably not thinking that, but I am not the only one that is getting results with the strategy. Let me tell you a story about my student. She bought so many courses, invested into mentors, but nothing moved the needle. This is what she said. It's just, I have bought a course after course, then you buy something that you feel like is going to help out. It doesn't push the needle, and then she said, honestly, I felt like I was another number to them. She was talking about her mentors, and you actually give applicable information that works. Then, after one call of learning my strategy, this is what she said. She said, I thought I had my pillars down. Now this is so simple. Okay, simple is the key word here. It is so simple. I can't wait to see the growth. And then she said, also, you have actually taught so much more in a week than her mentor. And I'm not speaking bad on her approach, but I feel like I was doing all the wrong things and getting false encouragement. How many of you got that? Raise your hand. And then she said, like, I actually know stuff now. That's huge. And people are coming to me. I never thought it would happen. Then, after a couple of days, when I offered her to join my coaching community where I am creating this course, it was a no brainer for her. This is what she said. She said, nice. Okay, yes, I'm down. Talking to you has helped me in so many ways. I already got a lead yesterday and it came to me through somebody who commented my keyword. And then she said, okay, I will join your community because honestly, I love that you're also a Christian girly and I'm getting leads left and right. So let's go. This made me so excited because that's what I realized. This is not just something that works for me. This is not just my strategy. This works for anybody. And guys, just recently, like I'm telling you, this is in the span of 1 week happening, okay? In a matter of times, in a matter of days, this happened. This is what she told me. She said she's so glad that they connected. She made a sale. Girl, I made a sale. Oh my gosh, I'm sobbing right now. I can't even believe this. Word for word, she said a big creator was selling it too, but she would rather support her because she's a small creator and she connected with her. This is what more students are saying about working with me. She said, hey girl, happy Monday. So excited to work with you. I actually got a random lead and I'm so grateful we connected because I keep seeing so much growth, not just on my page, but my knowledge and mindset. Here's another message. Girl, you have a gift. LOL. I think you connect in a seamless way. I really need to be that way. This message is from somebody in my community. She said, great call today, full with such rich content. There were some unexpected surprises around algorithm training that I can't wait to test out. Again, your authenticity and humility shone through. Love humans who can lead with confidence and authority, yet stay grounded. So glad I stumbled upon your page at the right time to join the beta group. Then another person said, my other mentor has no social media skills. She's all about cold DMing. Okay, this is chasing your clients, right? We're not going to be chasing our clients. I'm over that approach too. Somebody said, girl, you're killing it. Teach me. And then another person said, thank you, girl. I learned a lot just on that call. So I'm definitely going to implement it. Here's to 2025. Let's go. And guys, this is only a beginning because I just announced this community. I just announced this course and people are already seeing results. They're already enjoying working with me and they're implementing their strategy, which is bringing them leads and now finally sales.